Welcome to the Mujiwara Sketches YouTube channel, buddy. Swords in One Piece aren't just weapons, they're symbols of power and ambition. From Zoro's quest to become the world's strongest swordsman to the legendary supreme grade blades, the series has delved deep into the art of swordsmanship. Today, let's explore the hierarchy of swords in One Piece and uncover the secrets behind the supreme grade swords. People in One Piece really love swords, and they've been very important to the story over the years, especially for characters like Zoro. Zoro wants to be the best swordsman in the world. Because of this, fans have learned more about other strong swordsmen and swords from around the world through him. The supreme grades are the best swords in the world of One Piece. They are thought to be the strongest and finest blades ever made. While they are still a mystery in many areas, fans have, over the years, found out quite a lot about them. Sword grades in One Piece. Not all swords hold the same power in One Piece. All of the swords in the world of One Piece were made by different people. Some are just swords, and the most powerful swords used by skilled swordsmen are called Meito, which means named blades. These named blades are very strong, and they can be put into different types. A lot of these marks have been shown to fans over the years. Zoro was the first character to use a graded blade. There are a lot of different grades of swords, and each grade means a different amount of power. The strongest grades are also the rarest. Fans of One Piece have seen grade swords as the lowest grade of a Meito. No one knows how many of these swords there are, and they aren't even close to the amazing ones fans have seen over the years. They are still much better than the normal weapons in the world of One Piece, though. The skilled swordsmiths who make these blades are still using traditional methods, and they are very strong. Of course, it also depends on how strong and skilled the person is who is using the sword. For example, Zoro wields the Sandai Katetsu, and Tashigi wields the Shigure. Both are grade swords in One Piece. There are skillful grade swords, which are better than the grade swords in terms of quality. It is said that there are 50 skillful grade swords in the world of One Piece. These swords are much sharper than the grade swords. They are also more durable, and the fact that they are lighter helps them in many fight situations. Of course, when you use one of these swords, you instantly become stronger. However, they are naturally harder to handle, as many examples show. The great grade swords come after the skillful grade swords. There are 21 great grade swords, and they are thought to be some of the strongest weapons in the world of One Piece. These 21 blades are incredibly strong, and they are both very sharp and very strong. If they are filled with high-level conqueror's haki, these weapons are strong enough to leave lasting scars on strong people like Kaido. The famous Shushui of Wano and Wado Ikamanji are both in this group. Also in this group are Oden's Enma and Aim no Habakiri. Last but not least, the supreme grade is the best sword grade in One Piece. 12 blades are very rare, but that's what you'd expect from blades this strong. The 12 supreme grade swords are the most dangerous weapons in the world of One Piece. They also leave the biggest wounds. Because they are so strong, they can even cut through meteors with little trouble. These blades are better than great grade swords in almost every way, and the wounds they cause are very dangerous. The supreme grade swords can only be used by the strongest people. Fans have seen Mihawk, Whitebeard, Roger, and many others handle these powerful blades. When it comes to the supreme grade swords, the series has only revealed 4 of them so far. First, there is Yoru, which is the sword of Mihawk. That person who is the strongest swordsman in the world has this black blade. The amazing things Mihawk could do with this blade are many. For example, he could cut a galleon in half, destroy an entire fleet, and break off an iceberg. One Piece fans have seen a lot of the Murakumajiri blade in the Marineford arc. It is another supreme grade blade. It was impossible for Whitebeard to mess up with this blade, and it let him kill his enemies with ease. It is still around and is a very strong weapon. It was able to survive the terrible conditions of the war in Marineford. Another famous blade is called Ace, and Gold Roger used it. It is a supreme grade sword. Fans haven't seen much of this blade, but it was strong enough to fight Whitebeard's Murakumajiri. The strike was too strong for even Oden's 2 great grade swords to stop together. No one knows for sure where this blade is right now. Finally, the Shodai Katetsu is the last blade from the supreme grade class that fans know about. This blade is owned by St. Ethan Baron v. Nustero, one of the Gorosei. It is both very strong and cursed at the same time of this blade. Fans know that people who use the Katetsu blades will die in the cruelest ways possible. These blades can only be used by people who can break the curse. This is something that Zoro did with the Sandai Katetsu, and V. Nustero has also done with the Shodai Katetsu. How strong are Supreme Grade blades? The Supreme Grade swords are the strongest of all. It's clear that the Supreme Grade swords are some of the best tools in One Piece. The wounds that these knives leave behind are hard to heal. These swords are very strong and can cut very deeply. Indeed, these swords are likely to be so dangerous that they can kill even the Yonko or the admirals of the Marines. These Supreme Grade weapons are very unique, and only a few people are even capable of using them. Fans will likely get to see a lot more Supreme Grade swords in the future. On the other hand, there is a small chance that new Supreme Grade swords will be made. There was a hint in Wano by Kazuki Sukiyaki that weapons can get better. If you blacken a blade, it gains grade. This means that if Zoro can blacken Wado Ikemanji and Enma, they will probably become Supreme Grade swords. During the final saga of One Piece, these swords will become even more important, and fans can't wait to see that. Summary and highlights. In One Piece, Supreme Grade swords are the strongest and finest blades. They can easily cut through meteors. These strong tools can only be used by the strongest people, like Mihawk, Whitebeard, and Roger. The idea that new Supreme Grade swords might be made makes the final saga of the series more exciting. The Supreme Grade swords stand as the pinnacle of power in One Piece, wielded only by the mightiest of individuals. As we anticipate new revelations and possibly new Supreme Grade swords in the final saga, the legacy of these legendary blades continues to captivate fans worldwide. Stay tuned for more adventures and swordsmanship in the world of One Piece. Thank you very much for visiting the Mujiwara Sketches YouTube channel, buddy. We hope you enjoy our review analysis. Don't forget to subscribe to continue joining us on our joyful journey in the world of anime. If you have any wishes, questions, or suggestions for our next videos, feel free to express your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for your support, and until we meet again. See you next time, buddy. What is One Piece anime? One Piece is a manga and anime story about a young boy named Monkey D. Luffy who wants to be the king of the pirates in the world. As a child, he eats a devil fruit, a strange plant that makes him able to stretch like rubber. Before the show starts, Luffy goes out into the world for the first time and starts to gather a group of pirates. The main group grows over time, but it starts with Luffy, Nami the Navigator, and a swordsman named Roronoa Zoro. At some point, Luffy and his friends are known as the Straw Hat Pirates, and they go on many exciting adventures across the ocean. One Piece is a lot of fun because it's silly. Luffy goes from island to island around the world in the series. Each island has its own setting and theme. It's a pretty fantastical world full of animals that look like people, live skeletons, and other delightfully strange things. Within moments the group is in a winter scene, and the next they are on a tropical island full of giants. The show is full of silly and bright details. For example, Zoro holds a sword in his mouth, a scary military boss wears a cute bulldog hat. And people don't use phones to talk to each other instead. They use special transponder snails that can send and receive messages. Luffy is a carefree person who just wants to eat a tasty meal and laugh at bad jokes. Even though there are some funny parts in the series, a lot of One Piece is about freedom. During his travels, Luffy often takes up guns to help his friends and encourages others to do the same against pirates and government-backed military occupations. The characters in Luffy and his crew get stronger with each fight, which is typical for shonen manga. A lot of the story is about how Luffy beats a problem that seemed impossible to solve and finds some kind of secret power. After each fight, Luffy and his team get stronger and move closer to his main goal, which is to find the One Piece. Why is it called One Piece? The first part of both the manga and the anime shows that Pirate King Gold D. Roger is telling the truth about the mythical wealth called the One Piece. One Piece is the name of the show because Luffy wants to find the One Piece and become the next Pirate King. One of Luffy's main goals in the show is mentioned in the show's title. What is the One Piece? The answer to this question is still one of the biggest secrets in the series. It's been more than 1,000 episodes, and we still don't know what One Piece is. We know that the One Piece is the name of the treasure that Gold D. Roger collected on his travels because of details in the manga. We still don't know a lot about the treasure, though. There are a lot of ideas from fans about what the One Piece is, but we still don't know what it is or even if it's real. The One Piece could just be the friends Luffy makes along the way.